Thank you for coming to our meeting today. We are going to be meeting to discuss the intervention suggestions for a young man that we've been discussing. So let's get started. Thank you for coming to our meeting today. We are going to be meeting to discuss the intervention suggestions for this young man is named Charlie, and Charlie is 24 months old. He was born 3 months premature. Um, Once he was born and they had some tests done, they decided that his diagnosis was officially to be developmentally delayed. Um, he is a very loving and sweet young man. And we want to be able to help him to have the best life that he can with everything that surrounds him. So, first, let's meet Charlie's mother and grandmother, who he lives with. His grandmother had a stroke and is undergoing some physical therapy and is dealing with some issues related to that. So she is unable to care for Charlie. And his mother is working a couple of different jobs. She actually is at one job Monday through Friday. She's working at a car rental agency. And the weekends, she works evenings as a gas station clerk. So since grandmother is not able to really care for him that often, then we have to rely on a home daycare situation that Charlie is in. Um, um, he is at this home daycare a lot. They actually are licensed to have 24 kids. There are 4 workers that are there, and so Charlie is there pretty much from the time that they have breakfast, and he eats breakfast, lunch, and dinner there. Um, so she has to rely a lot on them and what they can do for him with her long work hours. Um, Charlie is very good at generally regulating his emotions. He does tend to run to mom a lot and let mom kind of help soothe him and calm him. But for the most part, he is learning to handle different situations and how he can do one thing and another. Um, Charlie is very some things that he tries to do is he really enjoys trying to brush his teeth with mom in the morning. He will put a little bit of toothpaste on his toothbrush and brush around just like she does, trying to act like her. Um, he has tried using a spoon, but gets frustrated pretty easily, so he just does not deal with that very well and usually ends up going straight to using his fingers so that he doesn't have to get frustrated as much. Um, he does very well on the playground. He plays with lots of different children, and we've seen him, having good body control and moving around a good bit, and being able to just be a well-rounded young man outside playing with his peers. Um, he does very well on the playground. He plays with lots of different children, and we've seen him, um, his communication skills are pretty low. Being delayed, he does point a lot and is not using words as much as we would like for him to. But it was not communicated that that was as big an issue as some of the other things that we've discussed. So that is not one of the focal points on this meeting. Um, it was discussed that he is trying to go potty. And so, since I believed there was interest there and the first meeting. Then I wanted to focus some on his potty training progress and his needs there, which would in turn help mom a good bit and help him in the long run as well. Um, so, in focusing on potty training, I asked about the percentage of time of pull ups to underwear. Um, how were they able to work on these things since mom is at work a lot? And especially with his limited communication, how is he able to let people know that he needs to go to the bathroom? So those were my focus questions. I asked these questions because I wanted to know about his awareness of going to the bathroom, um, how how far in the process they were, because I was kind of led to believe that they were advancing pretty well, and so I felt like that was maybe something we could focus on if he was already doing pretty well with it. However, I found out that Charlie is pretty much just wearing pull ups. He's not ever in actual underwear, he is just in pull ups. He's not communicating that he needs to go to the bathroom. He gets frustrated when the pull up is wet, but it's when it's like really, really wet and basically hanging down so much that it's frustrating him. So he gets irritated by that. And when he's irritated by it, then he lets everyone know that he wants it changed. So he's not giving the signs that he is ready to do the potty training process yet. Um, so my thoughts are that I wanted to encourage mom and let her know that every child develops at their own pace and at their own speed, and that Charlie will be ready, but he is just not ready yet, and that's okay. And when he is ready, he will let us know that he is ready. So for right now, I have chosen not to focus on that particular skill. We're going to focus on the next skill that mom expressed concerns about. The skill we are focusing on is utensils, and mom was concerned that he is getting frustrated with not being able to use a spoon. I did ask if he had tried with using a larger handle. Has she tried modeling some for him? Are there some foods that are easier than other foods for him? I asked these questions because I wanted to guide the family in a couple of different ways. First, I wanted to know if they were giving him the proper resources because some things are going to be easier than others. I wanted to know if they were showing him, not just expecting him to figure it out, but showing him and demonstrating for him what would be the best way to do things, and just trying to help him have his best chance for success. So what we ended up doing is mom said that because of her work schedule, Charlie eats all of his meals at daycare, and they use just the plastic utensils that you get at the store. Um, and so mom is not there to model. He is given a variety of foods there, and she does provide many different things. He's expected to try things. And so he does work with a variety of foods, and he does seem to have more difficulty working with the round foods, obviously, because they roll. So that's one of the things that we know he's exposed to many things, but he's only being given one type of utensil, and it is not being modeled right now. Mom is very overwhelmed. She's working two jobs. She's trying to take care of a 2-year-old little boy and take care of her mom. And so I want to help her in the best ways that we can to give her her best chance for success and help her feel like she is doing well, but to also help Charlie and to help him feel like that he is doing well, and give him his best chance for success, because there's no there's no winner or loser here. We want everyone to be a winner. We need to work on Charlie's motor skills. That's going to be the first strategy, and the best strategy, I believe, to help him. And sometimes it would be easier for him to grab and hold on to something that has a larger handle to it. So, as the early interventionist, I would want to work with him, whether it be at the daycare setting or with the parent via Zoom or whenever she can meet, and try and help her have the right utensils and to figure out which utensils would be best for him. And the next thing is going to be modeling and just coaching and encouraging mom, and coaching and encouraging the workers at the daycare that he attends, how they can help him to be more interested, to whether it's offering rewards or just praise when he does it correctly, and help encourage him to give it that extra try, and to try it a little bit longer than just a few seconds and throwing the spoon down and just giving up and eating with his fingers like he has been. So I'm hoping that, with these two strategies, that will greatly improve his chance for success. In chapter 1 of our textbook, it talks about the key principles, and one of those is that infants and toddlers learn best through their everyday experiences. They need to interact with people that are familiar with them, not just people they see occasionally, but their caregivers they see every day, and their people, their their parents, and those that are they're most familiar with. And also that the primary role of the service provider, is to work and support the family members. It's not to come in and save the day, but to work with them and help them do their best to work with their children.